Welcome to this look at a fantastic new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the Lusitano map. This is by FSPT, 355.88 megabytes download. It is an authentic and detailed representation of the Portuguese agricultural landscape. That's what it says. There are 12 required mods, there should be 13. There is one that has been omitted, and if you've jumped on this already, you might have already realised this. If you haven't, an extra crop type has been put onto the map, which is in addition to the required mods, and that's coffee, which is brilliant. And there's a factory and all sorts of really cool stuff. However, there's no machine to harvest the coffee. Not added into the required mods, not built into the map. I'll show you all the various different options in a moment, but you might want to download the Jacto K3500 by Jacto for that purpose. It may help you somewhat. We'll have a look at the map first. This is the map. It's not a very big map, but there's a lot of detail on it. It's a really cool map. This, I like it. On New Farmer, we start with Field 51, Plot 54, which is the main farm. This comes with a warning. All three game modes are the same slot count, so it's 1,348. You start with all the same buildings, equipment, machinery, etc. However, if you come into Farm Manager and start from scratch, whilst you do have the equipment and machinery, you don't own the farmland. The farmland costs more than you start with on Farm Manager or start from scratch. So you wouldn't be able to buy the land. You do still own the vehicles, so what you could do if you wanted to is sell all the vehicles off, buy the land, and then gradually build your vehicle fleet back up. It's a bit of a tricky one, or you can put some money in. Of course, that's the other option. Fuel prices aren't too bad. They're not massive, so I think, like I say, one of the most expensive one is that one there at 265,000. Biogas plant plot is plot 30. That's a bit more expensive. That's 1,255,000, but that's because it's a biogas plant built in. Field 13, yeah, I think it's probably that one. So nothing horrendous. There's no periphery verges of the map to be purchased. And if we're right, we've got it just up here. I have already taken the liberty of putting some money in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to purchase that plot now. I'm also going to purchase plot 30 now, which will give us all the icons and stuff for the biogas plant when we get over there. Right, let's come back out. And we'll have a look at build mode and that kind of stuff and what we start with. So as I said, in addition to the 12 required mods, you probably want the Jacto K3500. In build mode, if we come in and go to silo extensions, we've got a manure heap extension added in. If we go to orchards, and this is what I was talking about, we do have one of the required mods is the olives and olive picker. That comes with that umbrella olive harvester, olive picker, but this is built in. So coffee trees, now the coffee trees get planted like grapevines, like orchard vines. We own this field to start off with, so we can drag those along, put them out, and obviously the price increases depending on how many we want to place, and then we place next to, there we go, and go again like so. So that's how you put your coffee trees in, plants in. There are a couple of fields, areas that I've just purchased that I've got them on already, and I will cut to a clip later on of us harvesting on there. So that's something you need to be aware of. Oh, what was the other thing as well? Oh yeah, and then I think the only other thing under build mode was under landscaping and plants. We've got one grass texture added on the end there. Everything else is a required mod. They are listed in the description. I always put them in the description. They will download automatically apart from the Jacto. So pickup is here, sleep trigger is just here. You can't go into the main building. Now I'm going to show you a clip in a moment as well for slot count, because we'll go around the yard first, then I'll do it, hopefully I'll remember, because there's some of the items around the yard we can remove, some you can't. The main buildings you can't, they are fixed in place. The animal pens are fixed in place as well, apart from the chicken coop, which is a required mod. So the chicken coop here, this will hold 500 chickens, just here. If we go around the side of the building here, we've got seed production, which we start with on New Farmer. Again, that's a required mod. Come a bit further over, some of our start equipment and machinery. This is also one of the required mods. So this is a storage silo. This is 240,000 litres. It will hold seed, compost and lime, although we don't have compost on here, but it does that. I think it's one of those, it fits in with other maps and stuff and other productions and things should you require them, but that is one of the required mods. That is under Placeable Storage Silo, that is by erShaba, so that's one of those. So that will take those 3 items, 240,000 litres. Come just across the way here, we've got manure heap to the side there, pigs here, 150 of, around the side here, cows, there we go, 500. If we open up our barn here, workshop trigger in here, some more equipment and machinery, come across here, open this up. Now this is another silo, so in addition to the seed, compost and lime storage there, we've got another one just over there, but this is your main farm silo. Now this is built in, it's not showing under silos under build mode, just the required mods. That is a standard fruit type, it's not a multi-fruit silo. I don't know what the capacity is, it doesn't say anywhere, and short of spending, well, however long filling it up, but it's there and it's standard crop types. So putting in is done that side, taking out is done in here. We come through and open the door up here. We have also got some more storage space in here. These barn doors are massive. Come just across the way here, we've got another storage silo, 240,000 litres. This will hold pig food and total mix ration, which is handy because in here we've got a pig food mixer as well as some of our start equipment and machinery. We come around here and open these 2 up. More equipment and machinery, Valtra Valmet, 2 more John Deeres, nice big one there as well, and some more gear and equipment around the back. Come across the way, liquid tank. These are both empty, but they are big storage barns, buildings. Then here we've got a total mix ration mixer, just there. I like this. I think this is just for, there's nothing shown for an icon or trigger here. I think that's just decorative. But when we come down here, we've got another manure heap, just there. Gap in the fence, which takes out the back, very handy. We have got a dryer, just there, so we can turn our grass into hay. And then next to that, so that's for putting into that, dry it down, and we can take it out there. And then this side here, we've got a hayloft, putting into the hayloft, taking out of the hayloft. Again, I'm not sure what the capacity is. I mean, standard is 250,000 litres, but we do have a hayloft on the farm. If we come around the back here, and we'll just hop the fence, I guess. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? So it's all this detail, I'd have to say. It's very nice. Very nicely done. I like the sort of pathways and tracks. There's a lot of rock and stuff, and the tree selection is, I mean, it fits. Obviously, it's a Portuguese map, something a bit different. So, sheep pen / pasture, just here, 150. Fuel point, just over here. And then this is also one of the required mods. This is the straw harvest pack by Creative Mesh, so we can create our pellets here. This is the pellet haul with crane, so we can bring our pellets here, whether it be hay or straw, and produce our pellet pallets in here. And that's the main farm. So what I'm going to do is show you a short video clip now. You can remove some of the items, so all these extra things, the required mods, can be removed, but the main buildings can't, and also your equipment and machinery can. I got the slot count down from 1,348 down to 1,044, but there are a couple of provisos. One being that the manure heap over there, when I removed it, it left a weird kind of white outline around it, but I'm going to show you that clip now. It kind of starts from here and just show you around the yard as to what it will look like if you remove the extra things and the equipment and machinery. So there you go. I hope that helps. Let's jump in here, grab our pickup, and let's head around the map. Check it out, shall we? I'll do what I always do, and I'll show you where we've been. I do like this, sort of like the rushes here around some of the water areas. You've got these growing in various different locations. Again, it just adds an extra level of immersion to it. We've got some forested areas around the map. If we come back to here, well, I didn't really kind of, but here and here we've got some forested areas, a couple of sort of little clearings and bits here and there. Not a huge amount of forestry, but there is some. We're going to take this one, I think it was, up over the top. There's a couple of water points on the map, but again, in the mod hub there's plenty of placeables for water should you require them, hoses, taps, wells, etc. But there are a couple of points. There's one here, and I think there's one a bit further over as well. So there's a water point just there. Just in here we've got our vehicle shop and workshop. This is also the reset point of the map, so if you need to reset anything for any particular reason, you can reset here. There's your workshop, there's your vehicle shop trigger in amongst the trees. Then we come round here to the animal dealer. So our animal dealer point is just there, and again, I like what I find interesting, and I know a lot of map makers do this, and I've always said I love the immersion. I love the fact with FS25, like I said, Giants will assimilate things that modders are doing. That they did a big thing about how the new animal dealer is going to have animals in the pens, and that is the one thing I must admit, I did stop and think, yeah, but we have got maps and modders that do that already. And it, you know, it's not necessarily a new thing, but anyway, I like that. I do like it when you've got animals in the pens, just adds that extra layer. Now, that's your animal dealer point. Then we've got sell points. Bale sell point, manure sell point, potato sell point. If we come through here, this is the animal dealer sell points. This is a more generic sort of main sell point as the deer bolts through the gap. So whereas those are specific to crops, this is more of a general sell point just here at the animal dealer. Now I've already purchased plot 30 that's got the biogas plant on it. There's one tiny little thing at the biogas plant, and we're going to get there in a moment. Whoa, get out there in just a moment. Is the trigger for managing the plant is on the wonk a little bit. It's not quite where it should be. It's a tiny thing, and when you, as I'm driving around this map and I'm looking at the detail, there's little rivers and all the crash barriers, and there's some bridges we're going to come to. I love this as well. FSPT graffiti, look. Youths, man, youths. Assuming it is, of course. It's not quite Banksy level, is it? But anyway. So, the biogas plant, which is here. So, you need to buy the land to get it. This isn't one where you can buy the biogas plant separate to the land. So for the icons to show, you have to buy it. Silage clamps over the back here. And again, this is another one that it's not just a plonked down. All of the buildings have been tweaked and customised in some way with their signage. And it doesn't just feel like it's a biogas plant that's just been put, you know, because you've got, you know, you've got your fencing, you've got bushes, you've got foliage and undergrowth and stuff around. It just makes it feel like it's been used and is being used. Storage area over there for vehicles and machinery if you want. Now, this here is showing you your icon for managed production plant, but it's not working. It doesn't work here because the trigger isn't here. The icon is, but the trigger is elsewhere. I like the fact this is at a different level, so you tip into your sort of, well, they're not the digesters the bigger bit, but the entry points. If we come around here, see your other icons for various different drop-off points, your liquids and such. Your actual trigger is here, in front of this box here. So on the second main sort of silo, in front of this box, there you go, top left, managed production, and it's a standard biogas plant with products in and digestate out. But just to show you where that is, in case you're kind of wondering if you're looking for it and you're a bit puzzled. So like I say, potentially you'll get an update, or it might just get, I don't know, it might just get left, who knows. But If that helps anybody, awesome. From here, drive out for a bit of the woodland. There's little sort of rivers. The rivers are almost in canyons. I mean, there's some nice rivers and water courses around the map. I'm going to head down to the main road, then come back again in a moment, but just want to show you all this. It's very detailed. Compact and detailed. Very nice. So, out to the main road. Look at that. A mod review engine, put out in front of traffic. Well, I mean, it's early days yet, I'm sure I will at some point. So, next up we've got the coffee factory, which is just here. Coffee factory, purchase for 266,880. Fairly pricey. Coffee beans, roasted coffee. So, bring your coffee beans and wood chips to fire the furnaces to roast everything. Get your roasted coffee out. And we do also have a forklift over here, and this is the first of many. They obviously had a special deal on Manitou forklifts, because pretty much every single production around the map has got a forklift truck attached. I won't necessarily, I say that and I'll still do it, won't I? But when we get to each of them, you'll see the forklift. There's loads. They're not on your inventory. They're not on your. They're just on the map. They're there. So it didn't look. I got lucky that time. Next door, we've got Stone Sell Point. Just here. This is not production, just a sell point. But again, the level of detail on this, it's custom, people. It's custom. And then we've got a lime buy point. So whilst it isn't a production that runs and produces lime, I like the fact it's been done in such a way that it makes it look like you're putting the rock in, and when you go away it gets worked through and you can come back and purchase lime. Although, well, I suppose you're being paid for the stone, aren't you? So there you go. Stone and lime. This is your main gate down to the farm. We came out the back of the farm. So back the way we just came. We're going to go across the bridge and head north. It's lush, I think is a great word for it. Is it verdant? Is that another word? Lush and verdant. I'm going to have to look that one up now because I'm not 100% certain. Right, next plot we're going to come to is just up here. We've got a selection of stuff. What's interesting with this one as well, you actually start off with some stuff already at it, although you don't own it yet. You might recognise this from my Let's Play currently. Firewood processor for 40,000. So it's wood in, firewood out. And we do already have, you see there, wood at the top right. We've got some wood in here. And we've also got some firewood there, and I think we've got another pallet there. Is that allowed? Yeah. So if you buy that, you already start with a couple of bits, which is quite handy. At the top of the hill, we've got carpentry and sawmill. And, you know, I'm not going to mention it. So, just here, we have our carpentry. If we buy that, only 10 grand. A lot of the productions are only 10,000, which is rather nice as well. So furniture wood and furniture planks. So you can just bring wood here to produce furniture, or planks and produce furniture. Either one is okay. And then next door, we've then got the sawmill, which will produce the planks. So if you want to do furniture from planks, you can do that from here. Bring wood, do planks. So you can do a bit of both. It's up to you. And then what we've also got, because the wood chip point, as far as I can tell, you sell wood on this side and the carpentry, and your wood chips all come out here. If you look there, you've got the tipping into, so stuff will go into your trailer. Out the back here is a wood chip sell point, because it's got the other icon, like that one here. So this is a wood chip sell point, as well as your wood chip production point. So that's all of your wood processing needs. Heading east. just down to here. We turn in. See what I'm going to do. Swing around. We've got a mayo factory, mayonnaise, just here. Various different types, but it's just mayonnaise out. Chocolate factory. Where is Charlie? That is my question. Just there. Milk and sugar, chocolate out. Lovely. And then around the back of this, we've got our oil factory. Like I said, it's not just plonks. They've, signs have been adjusted and tweaked. There you go. Also 10,000, so not break the bank type stuff at all. And across the way from there, we have got just here TMR mixing station. Turn those off. So silage, hay, mineral feed and straw in. There's the recipe, and then total mix ration out. We've also got the mix out of the main farm. Then up here, this is another erShaba one. This is the oven for cookie and bread. Now we do start with this on New Farmer. And this is a really cool mod. I haven't used these very much. So we can manage our production. Bread dough, baked bread, cookie dough and cookies with all the various different things they require. Now on the right there, it does say salt and yeast. Why is that not? There we go. Yeah, salt, yeast and things like that. If you're and empty jars as well there. If you're wondering where you get those from, part of this, which is a required mod, if we go into here and go to our objects and go to pallets, scroll across, the various different things are in here. This is also for the olive picker mod, because the vehicle requires hydraulic oil as well. So if you're looking for that, that'll be in here too. But your yeast, salt, empty jars are here. Chocolate, various different things. So if you want to just go and grab stuff rather than produce it, you can buy it directly, and then you bring it in. Open the door here. We've got a slightly larger door here for sort of skid steer loaders, that kind of thing. So your products come in here and end up on the shelves, and then when your production is running, you sell your wood here, which was what's required to run these, and they have some great animations. Like I say, this is not a mod review of these. So your bread and your cookies and the stuff appears on the tables. It's a very cool mod, I have to say. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, did we have a... Yes. From here, onwards. This is a cool touch. I like this. Up under the road, out into the fields beyond. It's little things like that. You really have to. A lot of times, I've always said this. I will show you the sort of main features and things that stand out, things that I notice. And often on maps, it's a case of just searching, having a wander, looking for stuff, and all these extra features and details that map makers put in. So we're going to just go past here first. Down to here. This is the grain mill. It is standard with regard to what comes in and what goes out, but your grain mill is just here. Again, I think this is only 10 grand. Could be wrong. Oh no, 45 this one. There we go. That's your grain mill. Now we head out to some more equipment and machinery. Whilst we don't own the plot of land, we do own the machinery and equipment that's here. This was the plot I purchased earlier that's got the coffee. So if you don't put your own in, these two fields I think are stock standard on the map, and they're ready to harvest already. And again, it's this almost this little kind of, well, it's like vineyard. There's grapes, there's olives, and there's the coffee here. This little dell almost. Down the bottom there's another water point. Just off, I don't know why I'm pointing, you can't see that, but down to the left there, grapes here, So what I'm going to do is cut now, because what I wanted to do was grab the jack-toe off camera and make sure that it did work. There's me saying, oh yeah, you probably want to download this, then find it doesn't work. So I'm going to cut to a little clip now of me just running the jack-toe coffee harvester down through here to harvest these. So like I said, we have purchased the land. I haven't actually been and done this yet, have I? From the main farm then, we came out of the main farm and we came up around, no, we went up across here, past the water point vehicle workshop, then all the stuff at the animal dealer. We came out of there and went up to the biogas plant, out from the biogas plant along there and down to the main road, coffee factory, and then out to the stone and lime paste. Went across the way and up to all the wood processing, which was all here. Came along the road and down here, which took us to the mayonnaise factory, the oil factory and chocolate factory. Across the way was the TMR and the oven for bread and cookies. Out there to the grain mill. There's the water point, and we are now here. So we purchased plot 24. Plot 16, as you can see, has got some equipment and machinery on it. You don't have to own it, because buying it doesn't give you any extra icons or anything like that, but it does give you access to, well, that extra bit there of the vineyard. And then we've got olives this side, which can be harvested and then do what you want with. So I'm going to cut to that clip, sorry, now. See, it works. Phew is what I will say. Right, I'm going to go up here first because we've also got it here is another production tucked away in this building. And this facility here is for it's kind of for making adult juices. I think it's that, so you can bring grapes and then you get barrels of I mean, it says barrel production, but I assume it's barrels filled with filled with grape juice, I would assume. So that's in here. If we come around, this is a very peculiar way around this, but anyway, just the way it's laid out. Olive trees all there. If we go up around here into the yard at plot 16. So we've got a grape harvest. Is it grape or olive? That's grape, because the olive harvester is the one with the umbrellas. That's our, yeah. Bottom right should show grapes. Yep. So there's our grape harvester that we own at the start. So if you have no intention of doing grapes and stuff, you might want to get rid of some of the equipment. So yard here with various different things. It's not like I say, there's no sell points or anything like that. But there is storage, and if you want to put in sleep triggers and things and water points and anything else, you absolutely can. We come around and into the yard here. It's a bit of backwards and forwards here. We've got the rest of our equipment for doing grapes and olives. So our sprayer, grape and olive trailer. Got a couple of small vineyard tractors, mulchers, and the pruner. And then we've got the olive umbrella for the olive harvester just there, tucked away very nicely. So we're going to go sort of back on ourselves ever so slightly, but that's alright. I just go the wrong way? I did. I'm going to cut around the side of here. There we go. Should have gone through the yard, it's alright. So out onto the road here. Gas station just to our right, tucked into the hillside. If we go past the gas station, we've got the supermarket. I suppose I could have just come down through the olive field, couldn't I? Olive Grove. Supermarket sale point is just here. Which it looks like this might get an update. I'm just thinking, does it look like, is it to me? I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like all the lines are floating, aren't they? Yeah, if you look at the wheels in the car, all the line work out here at the supermarket is floating, hovering above the ground. Supermarket is here. Then we come into the little village, and there are 3 families that will take your crops. So we've got sale points. We've got the family Alexo, I think it is. Family Alexo, sale point is just there. We've got the family Morera, sale point just there. And then on the other side, we're going to just go around it now, we've got the family Alves. Which is just here. So those 3 families will purchase things, items from you. Again, if you're new to the game, I'm so apologies if I'm teaching granite to suck eggs if you haven't seen me do this before, or you have and you've just watched it for the 9 millionth time. If you're not sure what can be sold where, if you go down through your prices menu to any item, look across to the right and it will tell you where those things can be sold. So let's say if we go up to, it's probably going to be, I'm just thinking, things that the family will buy are likely to be palleted goods, I would think. I didn't actually look, to be fair. Probably should have done. What do they buy? Oh, there we go. Firewood. That can't be the only thing, surely. Oh no, there we go. Pellets. Oh, so it's not a huge amount then. Okay, well. From there, across another bridge, lots of great detail, and I like this as well, the road layout and stuff. It's not something I think I've ever encountered before. I'm sure there should be a warning there, shouldn't there? Anyway, we're going to sweep around the back here to the sugar factory. Don't worry, the route will make sense, I think. So putting into the sugar factory is done there. Purchase of the sugar factory is at the front. I think this is another one that's only 10,000. Yep, another 10 grand. Very cool. Standard with pallets will spawn out here for your sugar. So following the one-way system laid out. We've done a big loop around the farm so far. We're going to take this first turning. It's up round behind here. We've got the cooperative sell point. There are 2 sell points here. For various products, and also we've got the pellet sell point. So if you've produced pellets, so this is your cooperative sell point, one there, and then these sell points across here, this sell point here, and then we've got our pellet sell point, which is just there. So if you have done the straw pack pellets at the main farm, if you have no intention of doing those, you can always remove that building and put something else in its place if you wanted to. But if you are going to do pellets, there's your sell point. And that'll be available, that's in the build mode as well, of the required mods. You can place more than one of those around the map as well if you wanted to. So, just down here to the next large facility on our right. We've got a lime station just there. Come across the way here, we've got cheese factory. Just here for 10 grand. Butter and cheese can be produced at this location. And then across the way, just here, we've got a purchase point. So this is a purchase point for seed and fertiliser. Fert and seed purchase point. We're going to follow this road up here to our final destination on this map tour of Lusitano, and we have got our spinnery and our tailors. Spinnery just there with our point around the back for putting in. There you go, just there. Looks like got plenty on hand. And our tailors just here. Oh, that was a bit more expensive. All the others 10 grand, that 110 grand. Oh, anyway. And that's the map by FSPT. We come back to here, I'll show you where we've just been. So we came from the sort of, well, plot 16, which is the vineyard area, coffee beans, gas station, supermarket, and then down to the 3 family sell points. We then came out across there to the sugar factory, out from the sugar factory and up round to the back here to these sell points. Then we came across the front there, lime station, cheese factory, and purchase point for seed and fertiliser. Then we came out along there, and we are now here. If we come back along the main road, we can actually go back past here, although it's one way actually, but we can go back round towards the farm, which is there, and that's all of it. That is the map. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, enjoy the rest of your weekend, or whatever it is you're doing whenever you're watching this. Thanks for watching.